What's up, everybody? We are back. We are off the crossbar. I am the coach, Pete Eibner, and I'm here with my main man, the co-coach, Adam the Ms. Mizell, and we are here in the bowels of a movie theater in Dundalk, safe from the gunfire of Baltimore City. And what is up, Miz?
How you doing, Coach?
Dude, I am on fire. Right now, things could not be going any better. We are in the best time of year if you're a soccer fan. The weather's beautiful. I feel like my hair might be growing back. Life is good.
I think your feelings are off, number one. Number two, we're about 279 days away from the World Cup. I just want to make sure you know that.
Which is crazy, because I can tell you this right now, the U.S. probably not prepared.
I think they need 479 days.
They might need that. I feel like they're taking the approach the way I took the approach to most of my tests in school. Like, you have time to study, but you're not going to study. You're going to dick around, and then the night before the test, you're going to try and memorize as much as you can. That's our policy.
Let's just say, and believe me, this is a hypothetical, but let's just say Pochettino, he's in a bind, right? And he's like, man, I could really use some Pete Eibner in this roster. And he calls you right now. And he's like, coach or / player, Pete Eibner, we need you in camp. You have 279 days to get ready. The first game is June 9th or whatever it is. What is your first move?
My first move?
First thing you do, if you get the call from Pochettino, what are you doing first?
I'm going to shut that down. I'm 55. The last time I played competitive soccer, I went to the over 50 with like La Dolce Vita, the Mangionis, and Rayberg and all those guys.
Okay.
I had to play 3 games in one day. And my hamstrings were like, you're done, dude.
So you're telling Pochettino it's not happening.
I'm going to tell him it's not happening.
Well, my first reaction, you're a draft dodger. Your country needs you.
If our U.S. soccer team as a country needs me, we are screwed big time.
Not getting out of the group.
No, we're not. We might not get off the plane.
Finnegan's back, baby.
Yeah, we got Finnegan. Everybody, let's give a big round of applause to the super producer, Phineas O'Shittigan. And he has been rocking the wheels of steel, just setting things up for us. Did you notice behind us?
It's unbelievable. New decorations, huh?
I tell you what, Finny can bring it together like nobody's business.
He went Victorian on the decorations. I love it. And look, on his way here, he hit Sports Clips. He got himself a new haircut.
Hey, by the way, I 100% got my haircut at Sport Clips.
I know.
In Perry Hall.
See?
Right next to DeSantis.
Did you really go to
100%. I wish I could lie about that, but it's 100% true.
I thought you were going to tell me it was Looney Cuts and you watched the cartoon.
No, he watched Sports Center.
It was, exactly. It was Sports Clips, and I watched Sports Center the whole time.
I miss that. I miss getting a haircut so freaking bad.
No, you don't.
Man.
I do.
I don't. $25, $30. It's uncomfortable, You
got to change your shirt afterwards. You got to apologize for crying and spitting.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Do you want to know the last time I got my hair cut?
8th grade.
Oh, that one was like right below the belt. That one hurt.
Yeah.
That one hurt a little bit in places I don't like to talk about at parties.
I mean, give this man some credit. It was nice.
Yeah, I apologize.
But no, here's I went to the hair cuttery.
Okay.
And their motto was still $11. And that's exactly why I went.
Did you feel satisfied?
Pete felt like he was overpaying.
Did you feel satisfied with the cut?
I did. That was like the drive-through of hair cutteries. Like you could just go in, stick your head in the window, they just clip it up and send you on your way.
Hey, sometimes when it's too good to be true, it actually is.
It's still $11. What's it go for now?
I think with the tip and everything, it was like $38 by the time I'm out the door.
I don't even
now.
That's that might be like $2 a hair on me.
So we have different expenses. Mach 3s are going through the roof.
What is the deal with that?
It's unbelievable. I mean, you can't get a pack of 6 nowadays for under $20.
It's like there should be a black market for razors.
I believe that.
Well, first of all, you're both crazy for not using Harry's. It's the best razor out there. It's cheap. It's way better than all those others. Buy the Harry's. I've been using them for years. They're perfect.
I've never heard of it, and I'd have to see the reviews.
Never heard of it. Never heard of it. Staying the same with my main man, Miz.
All right. Well,
That's why he is the super producer.
Look, not only does he give a great show, right? He gives us that, but he also offers life advice. I mean, where else can you go and get that?
He's our personal psychiatrist.
Therapist, we need it, you know.
Listen, you guys, here's the bottom line. You guys have coached soccer. You're soccer coaches. I am a life coach. It's totally different. Follow my example in all ways, and you will live a miserable, broke life. I promise.
Could you imagine just walking around and Finney's got a clipboard and a whistle just following you around?
Don't buy that car. It's $684 a month. We can go down Aero Motors and get you one for $514. Can you see that?
I'm ready, boys.
All right. Mystery question of the day. What we got?
Mystery question of the day is, it's a two-parter. Whatever happened to the great old American monster truck show? Number one. And number two, why was it always on Sunday? Why? Tell me this.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever happened to it, I don't know, but they should have them 7 days a week. The only reason they don't is because I think that the guy who did the commercials could only say Sunday like that. Sunday.
Yeah,
at the Baltimore Arena.
Sounds lame saying Wednesday.
See Gravedigger on Wednesday. You're right. It doesn't flow, but Sunday.
But I mean, is there a reason why it was Sunday? Like logistically?
I don't know. That is a question that I would have to deep dive. But I will tell you this, they would always get somebody like Sunday, see Gravedigger with Dukes of Hazzard star Catherine Bach.
Well, the reason, honestly, those things were on Sundays, those arenas are cheaper. I'm not making that up.
There you go.
The arenas charge less on Sundays than they do on Fridays and Saturdays.
No. They charge less on Sunday.
I interviewed that guy on the radio once.
Yeah.
The original monster truck voice guy.
Oh, my gosh.
It's the hardest human being in the world to talk to. Because even when he answers basic questions, it's like weird. It's like, hey, how you doing? Great.
What's your favorite food? Cheeseburger.
Happy meal. Get the prize. It's a Catherine Bach doll from Dukes of Hazzard.
It's Catherine Bach, Daisy Duke, right?
Right, that's Daisy
Of course.
Duke.
How do you not have that committed to memory?
Again, a little, some of these things you're a little bit before. I mean, I was in the Dukes of Hazzard era, but I know the guys' names. I know one was Luke something.
Bo, Luke,
Duke,
Uncle Jesse, Crazy Cooter, Roscoe P. Coltrane.
Right.
I got all those, but I'm saying what were the real names were like Tom
Wopat.
Tom Wopat.
And John Schneider.
John Schneider. Okay.
Catherine Bach. And I can't remember anyone. Uncle Jesse, I don't remember. Some hillbilly they found. And
yeah, I don't think that guy was an actor.
no, I think that guy came with the property.
But you have to remember now, at my age, looking back at things, so Dukes of Hazzard was hot at the same time as Wonder Woman. So for me, if it was ever the two on at the same time, I was 100% going Wonder Woman.
Well, Linda Carter back in the day.
Ridiculous.
Linda Carter now is like 100 and she's still.
Yeah. Like Daisy Duke was nice and all. I appreciate the shorts. It's all great.
Yeah. You're not going to beat Linda Carter.
But give me the tights. Give me the Linda Carter and the tights.
Wish I had a better answer. What you got else? What else you got in the bag of tricks?
I need your take on these things. I need your opinion on these things. So number one, and these are really, really close to home for you. So Man United, we had a Bruno Fernandes penalty.
Huh.
Okay. And this, like, the penalty is the penalty, whatever. But the events that happened before the penalty, right? You don't see that often. And I'm just curious of what your take was. So for the viewers who haven't seen it, essentially he was setting up to take a penalty, and the referee decided to switch from one side of the box to the other. So in doing so, he walked behind the penalty marker and bumped into Bruno Fernandes as he was, I guess, locked in and thinking about his penalty. And they had words. There was a skirmish. Bruno Fernandes got emotional. He puts the ball down. He takes the kick. He misses the penalty kick, and everybody wearing the same jersey you do is immediately going to blame the referee, right? But I want your take on it.
I don't blame the referee. I mean, look, it happens, but that is no different, in my opinion. That is no different than something happening in the crowd. Somebody throws a beach ball on the field, or they're taunting you, or whatever. Your job is not to worry about the referee or distractions or whatever. Your job is to put the ball in the back of the net. And it happened. It broke your concentration. You know what you do? Reset, take your time, put the ball in the back of the net. The thing that upset me the most is not that the referee bumped into him, it's that he blamed the referee for the miss. Dude, take your responsibility and own up to it. You missed the shot. Bottom line, no matter what else happens, personal accountability in that situation. Stop crying. And I'm a huge Man U fan, but that makes everybody look bad, in my opinion.
I think, amnesia is not a great thing to have, but in athletics and sports, and it goes for all sports, sometimes it's applicable. So when mistakes happen or things like that happen, which aren't controllable, the referee bumping into you is out of your control, right? Someone throwing a beach ball on the field is out of your control. Randy Johnson throwing a 100-mile-an-hour heater, hitting a bird that's flying across the mound, out of his control,
But
right?
freaking awesome.
But awesome, right? But, so those things are out of your control. And I've always felt like the things that are in your control, if you make those mistakes, you learn from them, but you got to forget about it.
Yep.
You got to have him move on. Go and like maybe you can make 5 more plays that are in the positive side to make up for the one mistake you made.
Right.
Whereas some players and some people, they make a mistake or something goes wrong, it just eats them alive. It makes them emotional. And when emotion's high, logic is low, right?
Yep.
I saw that written on the bathroom wall at Bennigan's once years ago and remembered it. But you got to make sure that you move forward. And I think he missed that PK and immediately, yes, he probably honestly did miss it because he was so worked up about the referee, but he should have never displayed that anger at the referee.
Why do you get worked up over that? Right? Like seriously, if your job, if your focus is to win the game, put the ball in the back of the net, serve your team, if that's your focus, what does it matter if a referee bumps into you or a bird craps on your shoulder? You ignore it and do your job.
He read it as a distraction from his mental focus, right? So he's locked in, he's probably playing imagery in his head of him making the, maybe in his head, he's playing it through. He's like, I'm going to go low left corner. He hits the ball, and this is all imagery in his head. And while he's thinking of this and visualizing, boom, here comes, and now he's distracted. Now he doesn't see the ball go in the net, and now the imagery is incomplete.
Well, guess what he could do?
If the bird craps on his shoulder, same result.
Guess what he could do?
What?
He could take his time, reset his focus, and bury it. Now, he missed one way or the other, right? Take accountability for that. Not the referee bumped into me. What is he doing?
Agree.
I lost my focus when that happened. I'm not going to let that happen again. Give me the ball the next time. See what happens.
It's funny at the highest levels, World Cups, UEFA Cups, Champions League, name your high level competition. But 9 times out of 10, when a player misses a penalty kick, what's the first thing they do? They look at the ground.
Yeah.
But there had to be something.
Right.
They're looking for an out because a penalty kick is designed for the attacking player to score. Let's be honest, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And when the odds are that they should score.
I think it's 90-some%.
Yeah.
94-1.
There you go. Just made it up, and I love it, Phineas.
It's 94%. I just looked it up.
Oh, there you go. So
one other thing, though, guys, did either of you see the post-game interview with him?
No.
I mean, he basically said, Pete, what you're saying, I should have buried it. The thing that got in my head was that the referee didn't acknowledge or apologize. Now, is that a legit excuse? I don't know. But that was his thing. Like, I can't believe, I'm so focused on this. He bumps into me. He knows he broke my concentration, yet he says nothing about it. And even after the game, says nothing. I just found that I'm paraphrasing him,
Right.
but that's basically what his reaction was.
But why even bring it up?
Well, he was asked about it.
But you know, not that I'm a high road guy all the time, but hey, it doesn't matter. I missed. It's on me. Boom.
He kind of said that, but he also felt like he wanted to take a shot at that ref for not having at least some decency and some sportsmanship to say, I'm sorry. You know, look, if I was another golfer and a guy's lining up a putt and he's looking at it and I walk behind him and I bump him, I'm going to say, oh, my God, I'm sorry.
For sure.
That's all. I think Bruno was kind of like taken aback mentally because this guy hit him and was like, tough shit, deal with it.
In fairness to the referee, the humanity probably went out the window in the third minute when the referee doesn't make a call and 15 guys, hey, what are you doing? That's a handball. Yeah.
Right,
so the referee has heard 30 minminutes of that, and he's like, hey, I made a mistake, but who cares? I've been getting yelled at for 30 minutes.
Well, look, seriously, there's a game in my mind right now. I'm coaching Perry Hall. You probably know the story. We were playing a rival team at their home field, and we had 3 goals called back. 2 of them for offsides. 1 of them legit was. 1 of them was not. And 1 of them, the referee said he jumped over the guy's back to head a ball, one of our players, which was nonsense. 3 goals called back. I've never had it happen in my entire coaching career. And in the final seconds of overtime, we had a guy pulled down in the box by his jersey. As he's falling, he chips the ball into the 6, right? He's on the end line. Guy blocks it with his hand, like clear handball. You couldn't have a clear handball. The referee, both referees, swallow their whistle.
Okay.
I gave them 4 after the game. We ended up losing in penalty kicks, but that's not the reason we lost the game. The reason we lost the game is because when it came down to those penalty kicks, 2 of our shooters missed.
Didn't execute. Yeah.
Didn't execute. But my point is, I had to let that go. It was hard.
Yeah.
I see one of those guys out, and I see him out socially, and that's the first thing that comes in my mind, and I got to let it go. But you can't publicly, you got something to say privately, say it privately. Don't go publicly and, jack the guy up.
And as a coach or a player, you're always looking through it from a different lens that the referee's looking to it. You know what I mean? Like, he's viewing the game a certain way, and you see something, and there's always in every match, whether it's baseball, football, soccer, hockey, there's always a game where there's disagreements between
for sure
the governor of the game and the players / coach of the game.
There's
always disagreements.
Whatever decision a referee makes is going to piss off half the people.
Yeah. Well, speaking of penalty kicks, I got to get your take on this. So they were playing, and I want to make sure I get this right. So Manchester United, we'll stick with them. They were playing in what is the name of the competition here?
It's Carabao.
The Carabao Cup. Okay. And they're playing Grimsby Town. All right. They were down quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Yeah.
They went down, I think, 2-0. They clawed back to tie it late. And then the thing goes into overtime, nothing, and then PKs. They get eliminated on PKs. You would have thought, and this was at Grimsby Town, you would have thought that this team just won a World Cup. This was everything to them. And to them, it probably was the same equivalent of winning a World Cup. I'm not a Manchester United guy, so for me, I didn't lose 1 wink of sleep. But having said that, if it were a team that I was a supporter of, especially where I expect a certain standard and this and that, I get it that every once in a while there's a Cinderella story and so forth and so on. It happens to every sport. But as you being a lifelong Man United guy, you went to the soccer schools, you hung out with Ryan Giggs, you and Paul Scholes have a timeshare somewhere and you're trying to get out of it. What is your take on this elimination?
It didn't happen.
Okay.
It didn't. I don't know what you're talking about.
Know what you're talking about.
I just tried to pull it up on the intraweb, and it did not say anything about it. I think you're making this up.
It's been washed already. I love it.
So, no, here's my take. Shouldn't happen. Grimsby Town. Well, first of all, if you're going to lose to somebody, you got to lose to a team called Grimsby Town. That could be the most British name ever for a soccer club.
But did it have to be the town that Sacha Baron Cohen did the movie, The Brothers Grimsby? That's that's their team in that movie.
Yeah, the Grimsby did. So that is so. It shouldn't happen. They are in League Two, I believe.
It might not even be that.
I think they're down, not Premier League, not Championship. I think they're below that.
Okay. They're
like in the same league with like Wrexham.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't happen where you as a Premier League team lose to them. But, that's the beauty of those kind of tournaments where that happens from time to time. You never want it to happen to you. You never want to, every once in a while, like you'll have University of Maryland come back from 42 points down to beat University of Miami or Florida State or whoever they beat.
Yeah.
You have these upsets that happen. You don't want them to. You get a little bit embarrassed by them, but like we just talked about, you got to move on. And as a fan, you gotta act like it didn't happen and move on. Wear your shirt with pride and move on.
They're in League Two. That is the 4th division of English football.
Yeah, so that would be the equivalent of the Bowie Bay Sox beating the Orioles. Well, maybe that could happen.
Not this year.
The Bowie Bay Sox beating the Yankees.
That's pretty even match this year.
Yeah.
No, but it's like, but to Adam's point, that is one of the biggest upsets a town could have. A 4th-tier team beating Manchester United or Chelsea or Arsenal or a City. That's as big as it gets. I mean, that's Bowie Bay Sox beating the Yankees in 1977 or whatever. It's huge.
I bring him up a lot, but Pete Caringi said it best. When we were favored to win, when I was playing for him, and we were playing somebody you knew we were just going to beat the snot out of, he was like, it's a trap. Take it seriously. Treat these guys like they're the best team you're ever going to play, because you do not want to make anybody's season. And what he was telling us was, if we lose to this team, if you lose to those guys, 20 years from now, they're going to be all fat and drunk sitting at a bar going, remember that time we upset whoever. And I never wanted to be part of that story. And that's why I think Pete's such a great coach, because he could frame that in a way where, like, you were like, oh yeah, we got to work, even though these guys aren't as good as us. We got to work, because I don't want to be part of that story.
In sports, I mean, when you're playing with nothing to lose, it always makes you dangerous, right? Because you have nothing to lose. You don't care. You're going out, you're playing carefree, you're taking risks, you're doing things you normally wouldn't do. And the team that is favored comes in with, hey, look, we're just trying not to get hurt. We don't really want to break a sweat here. And it can be trouble, especially if a bounce, a call, or something goes wrong early. Now the team's parked the bus, and it's hard to break it down. I mean, it's just, like in sports, especially in that situation, like I watched a little bit of that game, and you would have been blown away at how excited the players and the fans were. Every little thing in the game that they did right or they did well, every little thing. They, like, one pass here, it was a 5-yard ball going nowhere.
Right.
Let's calm down. But they didn't care.
Hey, it's United States hockey beating Russia in 1980. That's what to them, that's what that was.
It was.
Yeah, but you know what, guys? One other thing. I want to say it was Ibrahimovic, but I can't remember. One of those star strikers in one of those kind of league games scored 4 or 5 goals against some team. And a reporter afterwards basically was like, don't you feel like bad that you scored 5 goals against a, tier 2-4 league team? And he basically said, no, I wanted them to know what it's like to play against the best.
Yeah.
And I thought about that statement. And if I was on that other team and I thought the team was just kind of slacking around, like sort of patronizing me, I would whack one of them so hard. I would take them out and just brutalize them. If you're going to beat me 12-0, beat me 12-0. Don't beat me 1-0 and then just play with me for 87 minutes. Right. I feel that way.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree.
Because if we do upset you somehow, like what just happened, don't tell me you didn't come at us with your best.
Right.
That's your fault.
That's your fault.
I feel that way.
Coach,
Miz, another good one.
Yeah, I mean, let's keep it going. Let's go right into college. So UMBC, local team, horrible coaching staff, but somehow, some way, they're 4-0. They're 4-0 right now.
Did you say horrible coaching staff?
I'm kidding. Of course, they're the best staff around. Anthony, Petey, Quantrell's on staff.
It's really funny that you said that, though. And he's this horrible cast of coaches.
And he slid it in. And you know what's bad? You know what's great is those guys watch the podcast.
I know they do.
I'm going to get a phone call.
Anthony's going to be like, what, did I just hear this?
Well, you know, I think it's good to see UMBC finally becoming a good soccer school after Caringi finally left and quit holding them back.
That guy.
But in all seriousness, they're 4-0. Just amazing results so far early. And it's still early, but 4-0 is 4-0. And they have an early goal of the year candidate.
Oh, my gosh.
Unbelievable.
Oh my! This goal. If you haven't seen this goal by Gunder Miller, unreal.
Finnegan's going to pull it up.
All
right. You guys ready?
Ready.
Here we go.
Goodness gracious! Smiley with
Here we go.
There it was.
Gooding. Oh, that was a miss hit, and he gives it away. Here's a turnover, and there's a chance going long at the UNCW goal and a score. Oh my goodness gracious! Smiley was out of position. Number 6 for UMBC. Took advantage of it. Great shot.
Coaches, as a coach, your player gets the ball beyond midfield, takes one look and pumps it. If it goes wide or over, are you furious at him, or do you respect him taking that shot?
I respect him taking the shot. If he thinks he can pull it off, pull it off.
100%. And that is 1,000% a goalkeeping sleeper error right there.
So you're fine. If he misses wide, no problem.
No problem. What's the worst case scenario? The other team gets a goal kick. They get possession for a little bit.
Got it. I just was curious how you guys felt as coaches.
Can't score if you don't shoot. I mean, he looked up. He saw that he had a chance. He thought to himself, I got a chance here, and he hit the perfect ball.
So the cool thing about him, I had the pleasure of training him a little bit in the winter for some speed, agility, conditioning.
Did you guys go over half-field shots?
We went over No, that's all him.
Come on, man.
But I did say to him, if you're ever in the situation when you're 65 yards from goal, gun, take it.
Let it rip, baby. Let it rip.
You guys coach these guys that are UMBC now. I'm curious, when you see the level that they've reached, and do you take satisfaction personally, you guys, when you see, you had a part in a kid's upbringing and you see him go on? Does it mean anything to you guys?
Dude, I love it. I freaking love it. Like, it, to me, that's why you coach kids.
Yeah.
Just for the record, with this guy, Gunder, I trained him over the winter. I didn't know him. I played soccer with his dad at UMBC, which was wild.
Nice.
And so to see, this is where I get proud of him, is I'm watching one of my best friends from college, kid, play and just have an outstanding beginning of a season. Yeah. And he's an awesome kid, too. He's just a freaking stud on the field.
Yeah. It's unbelievable. But to answer your question, like, it gives you a warm heart. Like, you're proud of the guy. You see him, like, develop and blossom into this great player or very good player or whatever it is. And, like, if you feel like, hey, man, maybe there's, one or two things I could have gave him along the time when I was coaching him that he carried with him, then it makes it worth it. Because let's be honest, like, the best players, they get that way by themselves, right? And they get that way by the environment they're in, playing against good competition, good players. And the coach is there. He's just added it. You know what I mean? Like, because the coach he's looking at the whole picture, and the individuals are obviously focused on themselves individually. But, it's hard for us to say, hey, guys, we're end training now, and I need to see Joey, Bobby, and Ricky, and we're going to train those three for an hour. And then you just don't have enough time.
Why the hell are you training New Edition?
I mean,
Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike.
I was going to break it up. I mean,
it was a hell of a midfield in their day.
They were great. I mean, breaking out popcorn love when they scored.
I was going to train Van Halen. They weren't available. But yeah, I mean, so that's where it. But UMBC, they're getting into the meat of the schedule here coming up soon. It's very tough to win in their league, in their division, all of it. So to ask them to go all the way, wire to wire, is a lot. But So far, so good.
Hey, they have a tough conference, and they have a tough national champions are playing in their conference.
Which, by the way, I just watched a little bit of them play Georgetown the other day. I mean,
well,
if I'm UMBC, I like our chances when we play Vermont.
Well, I hope so. That would be great. But the thing that makes that conference so tough for UMBC is the travel. You have to catch a flight to catch some of these games. And if you catch them at the wrong time of the year, it's freaking cold.
Yeah.
In Vermont, for example. And you are not going to get a call in Vermont or New Hampshire or Maine
or Binghamton
or
UMass Lowell.
There is definitely a hometown bias.
I agree. While we're on college, I've got one more for you.
Lay it on me.
I love college soccer. I watched Clint Dempsey, the Jersey award ceremony halftime at Furman. They were playing Duke. I did not know this was coming in this year. There is college referee VAR. But it has limitations. I had no idea it was even in now. But yes, there's a table at midfield. There's a little replay screen. And the referee can go and check, I believe it's penalties, handballs, or like for penalty kicks. There's only a couple things they can check. They can't check, it went out of bounds off of Jimmy and now it's their throw-in, whatever. They can't check those things. But what happened in this instance that I watched was, I want to get your take, this guy was fouled outside the box, but it was like right on the line. So he tumbled in the box. I think it was Duke jumped up. Hey, blah, blah, blah. It's a penalty. Well, the ball went out of bounds. The referee gives the VAR signal. He runs over. It's 100% a foul, but it happens outside the box. But there was no foul called when it happened. So the referee can only at that point come back and say if it was a penalty or not. So it was not a penalty because it happened outside the box. So he couldn't go back and give the foul outside the box, nor a yellow, which it was clearly a yellow card foul. So that was out because he didn't call it real time. So now you can only use it for penalty kicks. But it's something new. Thoughts?
I'm probably in the minority here, but I hate the VAR. I hate everything about it. Including the stupid little symbol. I hate it.
I feel like Phineas, you know what I feel like we have here? An old curmudgeon.
Yeah. I mean, he was mad that they actually used goalposts instead of coats. Remember, he used to lay coats down as the goal? When we went to the real park, Pete used to hate it. It was a real goal.
What is this portable goal crap?
Yeah, I can't shoot.
We want to hang the nets up.
Yeah. Well, here's why I hate it. Because it starts a slippery slope, and you just touched on it. Well, we're only going to use it for certain situations. Well, then you're going to say, well, the object is to get the call right. That's the argument. As long as we get it right, we're just trying to get it right. Well, then if you're going to get it right, then get all of it right. Don't get certain situations right. And if you use VAR for everything, you're going to make a 90-minute game 5 hours long. So just play the game and make referees and their errors and their faults and their flaws part of the game and move on and just have it played.
So let's say you're telling me, just as a hypothetical, your coach Pete Eibner's team has corner kick. There's 4 seconds left. 40 minutes is 40 minutes, right? The time's winding down. Your kid pumps the ball in the box. Bang, header, hits a crossbar, bounces down. Everybody and their brother knows it bounced down behind the line and then bounces out. Everyone's celebrating. And the ref's like, no, it didn't go in. You wouldn't want him to run over and check the VAR.
I would love for him to do that in that situation. But
I smell a butt.
But the reality is,
there it is.
It's his job to make the call on the field. I'll give you an example.
But you would gladly take that VAR
in that situation. But if I'm on the other side of it, I don't want VAR. I don't want there to be any acknowledgement that could have happened.
Right.
You know, I'm selfish in that way.
Right.
So self-serving, yeah, you want that. But it's where that leads, I don't think is going to be good for the game. And I'll give you an example. That happened to me. My first year coaching at Perry Hall, we were playing, I think it was Catonsville, and you know this kid. His name's Matt Holtschneider.
Okay, yeah.
Hits a banger from like 25 out. Scorches it near post, side netting. Well, it's high school. So you're relying on the kids, if you remember back in the day, had to tape the nets.
Yeah.
Well, one of our goofy kids didn't tape it. The referees didn't do a good job of checking the side nets before the game. Ball went in the side netting and through.
No goal.
No goal. Said it. Well, I couldn't tell if it was in or out, Pete. Meanwhile, the goalie's holding his hands, like head in his hands, like, oh, you know, like.
How many years, in your estimate, are we away from high school VAR?
Oh, that in Baltimore County? Are you kidding me? In Baltimore County, they're not going to put any money to that. We can't even get buses. Are you kidding me?
Can't even get officials.
Finney, have you heard this story?
Yeah, I know it.
Oh my gosh, we can't. VAR.
You know, one thing though, guys, with the VAR that I think you're not focusing on is that really all came about because of referee corruption. There were a lot of horrible calls in big international matches that, I mean, you're talking about major money and that had major outcomes on major tournaments and trophies. And that all came about originally to try and stop that kind of behavior.
It makes things transparent for
Yes.
everybody to see it.
I don't hate VAR. I hate that it interrupts the flow of the game, which is so beautiful. But at the same time, you know, if you're a fan of the game and you grew up playing the way we all did, you understand you're chipping guys all game. You're smacking them. You're doing that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, blatant stuff needs to be called or the game's not honest.
For sure. But I don't think you're having a lot of corruption going on at the Monmouth Furman game.
Yeah, but I agree with you. But
it was Duke Furman, to be fair.
It was Duke Furman.
And it was Clint Dempsey jersey retirement day or celebration.
And we know what that means.
He was there getting, because I'm like, they're like, oh, coming up at halftime, we got Clint Dempsey going to receive his jersey. And I'm like, let me guess. He's on Zoom somewhere. They're going to put his, thanks a lot for the jersey. I appreciated my time at Furman, blah, 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 blah. No, he was there in the flesh at halftime.
Did he go there?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the least he could do. I think that's a good thing, I think.
Yeah, they had a nice little football stadium. But you know what would be hilarious, Coach, as we wrap up here? Let's say the referee went to do VAR, and for some reason it locked him out and said, how would you like your one-time code?
It's got the dual authentication.
Two-step authentication.
And it's 690-457. He's typing it in.
And he's got to add his password in, but he can't remember it.
Hey, there's a two-step authentication for everything now, isn't it?
Now he's got to change his password, which needs another two-step authentication. And we're just watching this jackass.
What did you change it to? Let me in 1, 2, 3. I don't understand why it's not working.
You know what might be fun next week on the show or a couple weeks? You guys go do a little research and come up with your top 3 should have been VAR calls.
Ooh.
Like goals that were allowed or disallowed that had VAR been around, that game would have been totally different.
Ooh.
Well,
Can it be amateur?
It could be anything, any game.
I mean, we've already done, the whole Maradona documentary.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the first one that comes to mind.
I mean, I'll tell you what, though, the another brutal one is the World Cup final, England-Germany. I mean, that goal, I still can't tell. I don't know about you guys, but have you ever watched it?
Oh, yeah, of course.
So what's that, 66, right? 66 World Cup. Yeah, 66. It was 66.
I thought it was earlier than that.
No, it was the year Pele didn't win. Out of the 4. Yeah.
That's the way you mark time.
Yeah, it's the way I mark my World Cups. It's Pele, 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 England, Pele, Netherlands.
Do you think in 66 did they have two-step authentication?
I don't think they did. I think that guy had a guy on the side going, no, that ain't good.
Don't let him in.
Yeah, don't let him in.
We'll see you next week, Coach.
Hey, Coach, that was an awesome show.
Great show.
Finney, fantastic job.
Phineas, awesome. I'm
Thanks,
gonna
guys.
kiss the new posters on the way out.
That's awesome. All right, everybody, we are off the crossbar.
Awesome.
Boom.
40 minutes. Perfect.
How many minutes?
40.
Nice.
Really going to come out to 39 when I edit it.